Hi, so part two of Who is Peter? So Peter left the country, and it's very funny because there are different opinions around me. Okay, so about him, I personally felt that I trusted this guy. He showed me that he cared, and about my mother, and he was looking out for her. I'm not saying that it didn't have its advantages for him. I'm not saying that I don't believe that he was probably paid for all that attention, but I am sure that the guy didn't take advantage of her. Okay, if she gave him money, he would take it. Anybody would. I would. So, while he was here, the years that he was here, and I had just left the island, so I went on another island, and she had to find another source of help, or another source of somebody looking out for her anyway. And she found him. Okay, so those years that I had left, I was coming back to see her every now and then in the winter and stay with her. And at the beginning, when he was just a gardener, I would just get the comparison thing, oh, he does this so good, oh, he takes care of me, oh, he's such a nice guy, the son I always wanted, I never had, I can call him any time of the day and he comes. And well, of course he does, he owes you so much, you found him a job, you do this, you give him that, you give him the other thing. Of course, this is how they get people to do things for them. You feel that you owe them something. So anyway, and gradually her relationship with me was getting a little bit not gradually, this happens like in a cycle every year. So at around spring she would have a fit with me, there would be a reason she would have a fight with me, would not speak. And then again October, it was always around and about the same periods that everything happened at the same period. So anyway, so she would put him up there, and while she was doing that, she always gave us, when I was visiting and I was there, she gave me the insecurity. She just planted me that insecurity. That insecurity of what? Well, that she was going to give him what is left of the inheritance, because there's a little part that is not on my sister and mine, but it's a little part that is problematic if she gives to somebody else, because it's together with my sister and I. So we would find ourselves, when my mother is dead, with a third person in the estate. You know what I mean? So it doesn't clearly belong to me or clearly belong to my sister. Or it won't be that simple as for me and my sisters to say, okay, I want that part, you want that part, let's exchange our parts, because of course my mother did that on purpose. She separated everything in half. So 50% my sister, 50% me. Another house, 50% my sister, 50% me. Nothing is clear. This belongs to you or this belongs to me. To this guy, it was always, because she would say things like that. She would call you up and say, I'm done with you two. I don't want you two as daughters, and I regret I've put everything on your names already. But the other little part you're not gonna get. I'm gonna give it to him, because I can count on him. Out of the blue, okay? So she would do that, but she would do this very often. Very gradually, very, very often. And one day, the funny thing was, one day she has a lot of paintings in her house. I think I probably said the story again. Anyway, so I was from the beginning, you could do, why don't you sell them, or give them to my sister if she likes them? I don't want that. And so she was saying, well, you're gonna have to find something you like. I mean, there's so many paintings, unless I start giving them. So, it's kind of, you either like it, or I'm gonna give them, but in a bad way, I'm gonna punish you and give them away. Kind of. It's not like, oh, sure, you don't want them, can I give them as a gift to somebody, so, that I need to give a gift to? Or give it to somebody it's going to make happy. No, it's not like that. So, well, you're going to have to choose something, otherwise I'm going to give everything out. And then she says everything, and you don't know if she's still talking about the paintings, or is she talking about that nice vase I like, or the Buddha face, or, you get worried. She plays these games. She's always been playing these games. So one day I went and looked around, and then I saw this painting. And this painting was in my sister's bedroom for a very long time. But it was a vase with a bouquet. But huge, okay? I mean, huge, big. But nicely painted, and it was flowery, and it had color. So, yeah, more my style, kind of. And it had a wonderful frame around it. A big golden frame, which I love these. I turn them into mirrors, usually. So, I mean, this one I could do something with. And I was like, okay, I think this one is, I like this one. It's the only one that I would, not mind having. And her response was like, yeah, but it doesn't amount to the others because this one is worth nothing. It's not somebody known. I said, I don't care. I'm not taking a painting because it's worth something. I'm taking a painting because it's something from you that I'm going to have in my house, and from the family, comes down from the family. It's like a family piece. I'm not taking painting for money. So they're gone. About 2 years, a year later, not even 2 years, a year later, we were not in a fight. This is the thing, they like to hurt you anytime. You can be getting along very well, but there's a little thing in them, like the devil in them, like I want to get a kick, I want to hurt her. And she comes and she goes, this painting I will give to Peter. I think he's gonna really appreciate it in his house. And I'm like, what? I went crazy. Not for the painting so much, It was because I still remember that she put me through this procedure of having to go through all the rooms of the house, look at all the paintings, and try and find one that I like, and at last I find one that I like, and she has the audacity to come and tell me like she didn't remember, I think I'm gonna give, if you really want to give it, and it was from your heart, and there was no strain attached with me putting me through the procedure and all that, she would just take it and hand it to him, and she would have already given it to him. But no, she was waiting for me to be in the room because I was sleeping in that room. I said, so, and I think, if I remember well, I even mentioned, the more I look at this painting, the more I get used to it, I did mention 1 or 2 times that I was getting to like the painting. Really, I went crazy. I said, what the fuck? You put me through all this, to find a painting that I like it's so important for you. I mean, I didn't give a shit anyway. I didn't want a painting. So you put me through the procedure of choosing a painting, and I choose one. I even tell you that I'm getting to like it. The more I look at it, the more I'm getting to like it. And now you tell me that you're going to give it. I said, no, you're not. And I wrote my name on it. I said, this one has a name on it. It belongs to me. And this thing with the little papers that we stick behind the things. This is my mother. My mother brought us up like this since we were kids. When we came to the house, it was very important that we, the children, so my sister and I and my mother, we meet. We always have to put a date where we would meet. And we in turns choose, my sister and I, a piece of furniture, a lamp or a vase or whatever, something, an item that we wanted. And my mother, with her list, she would write down, this one chooses this, her first choice, the second one chooses this. So she knows since we're young, what we would like. And then she would make it more complicated. So if I choose a little, it comes out of my mind, but this one is something that my sister chose anyway, a Moroccan light that is worth nothing. She bought like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It's not an antique. And my sister chose, let's say, a marble sculpture, which is old and worth a lot of money. Oh, no, you have to choose something more expensive, she would tell me. You have to choose something worth the money of the thing, because I want to be correct. Yeah, I want to be correct, and I want things to be shared correctly between you two. So anyway, we went through this every summer. So if my sister came before me on holiday or whatever, or I came, or I was working while she came, it was like a big fucking story, that we have to meet to see. Oh no, we didn't do it last year, we have to do it this year. Well, because if I die, so what if you die? If you die, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna say, what do you want? I want this, you want this, you want this, and it's gonna be separate. What are you stressing about, What are you stressing about? Do you think one of us is gonna come hit the other one on the head and take everything? I mean, what? Anyway, so, and then she would put little labels. If she didn't, she wrote it in a piece of paper, but then she would put also little labels that she would stick behind. This is this girl's, this daughter's, and this is the other daughter's. Yeah. And then it's so funny, because every 5-6 years, when you start like this at 12, of course, when you're going to be 20, you have changed totally lifestyles, you've changed tastes, everything, Oh my God, did I choose that? Can I change it, please? Kind of. No. So the bouquet painting, when she said that, of course, I went crazy, and I said, I'm going to put this belongs to me now. So I don't know what she really wants. She wanted me to stick up for my thing. She was testing me, because she's always been afraid that I'm gonna get tricked by my sister. This is one thing my mother was always telling me, that you're too good, and the Dutch, she calls them the Dutch because my sister's husband is Dutch. The Dutch are gonna they're gonna fuck you, they're gonna take everything. You're stupid and too nice, and you're gonna be left with all the shit, and they're gonna take all the good stuff that they're gonna be able to sell, But so at some point she looks like she's protecting me. At some point she looks like she's thinking of making sure that I don't get nicked in the way, after she's dead. But at the time, she totally and completely puts me down, It's crazy stuff. So anyway, the painting is still there and didn't go to Peter. But never understood why she did this, Why do you put me through that, and then you tell me, I'm going to give it to him, it's going to look nice. Another story, I'm going to say this one, I'm going to finish, with this video. Another story was once with some clothes. She had some lovely in her old clothes cupboard. She had some lovely Laura Ashley style, out of fashion, but I don't care, I'm an out of fashion person. I like to mix things and to make crazy stuff, So she had this lovely material. Laura Ashley style dresses in her cupboard. And I said, you're not wearing them. Of course, it's like half her size. Huh? I said, you're not wearing this. Do you want to keep them as a souvenir? And they will take space in your cupboard. Can I have them? I said, if you don't want them, I'll take them. Sure, yeah, sure, take them. So we put them in a plastic bag, supermarket bag. Okay, we still have plastic bags here. And I put it on the side under a bench. She has an indoor bench to take it later. Anyway, that day we left, I forgot them. I totally forgot them. But there's no problem. It was in my mother's house. So after 2 days, they come again. And she was like, did you take your clothes? I said, no, I forgot them under the bench, but I know where they are and all that. She said, no, they're not there. I put them somewhere else. And they disappeared. And Peter took them. He thought it was to throw away. No, she said, I put it next to the garage to bring it to you. And Peter saw them and he thought it was to throw away and he took them. I said, did he ask you first? Because it's not his style to take a bag, find clothes. I mean, nobody would do that. You find clothes and you ask, are these to throw away? Are you waiting for somebody to give them, or what are you going to do? You don't just decide yourself that it's to throw away because it's closed in a plastic bag. Anyway, and it was a very strange story behind that. She said, oh, I'm so mad with him. I said, why? She said, because he's got no right to take it. The truth is that I was mad also a little bit at the beginning. I was like, oh. And then I thought, it's not normal. He wouldn't do such a thing. Something else. And she's like, I told him, that he has no right to come in my house and take what he wants. I was thinking at that point, you probably gave him something and you regretted it. Because it was 2 or 3 days after that I came again. And we probably had a fight between. I mean, at that period we had fights like daily, And she was probably angry and she gave him the clothes, the dresses. Anyway, the thing is, like, I was so angry and I told him, because I saw it the same day that they were missing. And I told him, go and get the dresses back. And he said to me, when I said, where are the dresses? There was a bag here with dresses. He said, I thought they were to throw away, and I took them to give them to somebody I know. And I told him, no, they were not to throw away, they were my daughter's, so you go and get these dresses now. And he said, well, where I've given them and I can't get them back. Something like that, which is weird. I mean, whoever you give them to, you can say, look, I did a mistake, I mean, you certainly didn't go and buy Laura Ashley dresses, so you probably got them from a house. And you can say, I made a mistake, they were not to throw away. I thought they were throwing them away and I bought you the clothes. But anyway, it was a very strange story. But I didn't make a fuss about it because I realized, by that time I had realized that she was using everything I said to put me against this guy. To put me and him and mad at each other, make us mad at each other. And she was not able to do that because we got along really well. I mean, we're the same sign, we have the same point of view on some things, and we got along very well. It was like we respected each other, okay? And I always stuck up for him when she was attacking him, and he did the same also when she was attacking me. So it was a kind of relationship, like she said, you're like brothers and sisters, you're so alike, you two, And she hated that at the same time. And, but also she wanted to she hated us. She hated that and she wanted us to fight. It was very strange, all the whole thing. Anyway, I never found out about the dress. I never asked him. I'm sure that she made that up and she wanted me to be angry with him. And I'll finish with that one because I just remember another story with him when she thought that I was fucking her lover. This is gonna be so. I thought there would be 3 parts to this story, but there's gonna be 4 parts, I think. Okay, bye bye, see you.